Flyers hockey is on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grandmas and grandpas, crazy aunts and uncles, welcome to the Mid-American RecPlex here in lovely West Des Moines, Iowa, where your Squirt Orange Pee-Wee team, your Pee-Wee Orange team, is about to take on the Chicago Blues in the opening round of the Winter Classic tournament here at the RecPlex. And we've got a real treat for you here today. Not only am I going to be doing the play-by-play, but we have got not only Cassin's brother, but Kira's sister Kira's brother, Gerald. So we've got Gerald and Sworn here with us. All right, boys, come on over here a sec. Greg, see if you can get these cats on camera. All right, guys, you're going to have to share that microphone. All right, so we got Gerald over there rocking the Gilbert shirt, and Soren here, he's all murdered out in black head, black toe. Boys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. So you guys, Soren, you play with, remind me, what level are you?
The high school, what's it called? High school alliance team.
Yes, sir. And Gerald, where are you at?
Bantam Orange.
So you guys have played a crap ton of hockey between the two of you. When you're going into a new tournament like this, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? You've never played a team before. Like, I don't think these guys have ever played Chicago. What's going through your mind?
I take a look at the bracket and see, if they've played anyone, kind of how they've matched up against other teams. And then during pregame warm-ups, I kind of size them up a bit,
Yep. Eyeball them.
Yep.
If you were sizing this team up out there right now, what are you seeing? Who are you looking at? Who's their stud?
I'm looking at 81 right now. He is pretty tall. Looks like he might have some legs. That's kind of who I'm looking at.
Gerald, do you think it's going to be hard for us to win this hockey game without a net on our side of the ice, or is that a bonus for us?
I think it's a bonus because if they can't score, we can.
As long as we get 2 periods that way, right?
That's true. Yeah,
good luck scoring. All right, now in all seriousness, Gerald, you were playing Pee-wee hockey just 1 year ago. What do you think this Pee-wee team needs to do tonight to be successful? Look right at the camera when you talk. Mom and Dad wants to see you. Grandma and Grandpa.
With Pee-wee teams, probably passing because they can't hit, so working the puck around will help.
Move the puck around. All right, boys, I love it. So you guys are going to stick around. I'll do the play-by-play. You guys will help me with color?
Yep.
All right, perfect. We are going to mute these mics for a little bit, let you guys enjoy warm-ups if we ever get a second net here. And we'll be back live with Pee-wee hockey shortly. Click the button one time. There's on the side. Here we go. Flyers break the huddle to, I thought it was booze, but I think it's a blues chant that we got there. Gerald was just making a really good point about our opponent here. Gerald, what were you just telling me?
They have to drive like 5 or 6 hours to play, and we've had to drive 30 to 45 minutes. So we got the legs on our side.
Maybe a slight advantage for the Flyers, being that they, had a normal day, went to school, kind of chilled, and Chicago was on the road, hanging out. Well, let's see how it plays out. Antonovich is going to start at center with Van Meer flanking his right. No, that's Sorensen at center. Antonovich, Van Meer out there. Super tall lineup for the Flyers up front. And we got Silty and Jude playing D. Flyers down one Wesley Downing this weekend as he's still in his concussion protocol recovery. He'll be back hopefully next weekend, but unavailable this weekend. Lightning Leon making a save there. But yeah, Wesley is out for the the weekend. He is on the bench, warmed up with the team. Anyway, enough about my kid. Let's talk about the kids that are playing hockey. Ooh, Van Meer tries to poke it away. Do they send a shot from the point? Now here's Antonovich skating after it. He's got Jude helping him out. Flyers trying to clear the zone, and Sorensen does. Now Chicago sends it right back in where Jude's waiting for it, and he moves it right into Van Meer's skates. Chicago takes it away, brings it in. This pass goes right to Chicago, and they're going to skate in, and Jude can't quite get the stick. Shot is wide. Bit of an errant pass, but the Flyers dodge a bullet there. Soren, what you seeing out there, kid?
It's some increased defensive zone time for the Flyers is not good. I think if you let Chicago settle into this game, you're going to let them dictate kind of how the game goes. And so far,
there's a shot on net, but that's blocked by Jude Schmidt as he gets the way. And then this shot goes high by Chicago. And like Soren just mentioned, the Blues continue to dominate zone time right now. And the Flyers can't get it out of the zone and are probably in desperate need of a line change, which it looks like they're going to get here. Peffer, Ball Vance, come on out. Sorensen still waiting to complete the change. Chicago brings it in 3-on-2. Beasy giving pressure, and now Peffer's going to try and chip it around, but it's taken away by Chicago. They march it in, try and get a shot off, but Beasy has another idea. Flyers clear the zone. Chicago's going to bring it all the way around behind their net. Oh, you know it will get there. Cross-ice pass for the Lightning, and they're going to come. Nope. They're going to try and get back into the zone, but Flyers have another idea. This is little brother Casson Smith out there, number 2. And now this is going to go to Peffer. Peffer and Smith trying to get the zone. They get it up to Smith, and the pass is taken away by Chicago. Chicago marching back with space and speed. Pappas on the back check. They're going to shoot one from distance. Goes wide. Here is Chicago trying to center it. It's going to go to the high slot. Shot towards the net, and that's saved by Lightning Leon's left blocker pad. Pappas takes the puck away, and she gets up to the blue line, but Chicago holds it in. Smith behind the net, going to get it. Chicago wins the battle. They're thinking wraparound. Lightning Leon seals up the post. Now they're going to try and come the other way. Ball Vance gets in the way. Out to the high slot, jumps off a stick, can't get a good spook. And now Peffer gets to it. And the Flyers are going to have a penalty here as the Chicago goalie comes out of the net until Ames is able to touch the puck. They're going to skate 6v5. Somebody's got to touch the puck here. And they're going to skate all the way around the defender. Shoot! And that goes off the post and out. Flyers still there. Nope, still can't get a stick on the puck. Pappas with a stick lift. Backhand. Now that should be a whistle as Beasy gets his twig on it. Gerald, what you seeing out there?
Drew was a little physical. I think if they go through the hands, they could be a little bit more physical.
See, we want to up the physicality, try and get that ice switched. So, Gerald, you played with at least Jude. Anybody else on this team you were playing with last year?
Casson, Baker, Vitali, and I think that's it.
All right, you're real familiar with this crew. On the PK is Van Meer, Baker, Silty, and Schmidt. That comes in from the net, and Van Meer is going to get to it. Now, Van Meer carries it out. She's got a little bit of room. Van Meer gains the line, and now she takes it down behind the net. Van Meer doing a good job centering it. Unfortunately, the Flyers can't crash the net as they got to stay in good defensive position. When you're going 4-on-5, how low do you want to go when you're not carrying the puck, Soren?
Usually, I would say you got to have one guy who's going hard and the other three are just staying back, just so you can have that physicality.
Oh, and just like that, the Old Blues gain a power play goal as they toe drag around the Flyers defender, go look like backhand to forehand, stick side on Lightning Leon, and they capitalize on the power play. Flyers down 1-0, 7:29 to go in period number 1. It was 87, I think, too, and that's who you called out, I think, pregame, was it not?
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Yeah, just take the credit.
Yeah.
Soren called it. He knew it. He could see it in warm-ups. Saw it in the kids' eyes. Hey, good news. Blues, I want to keep calling them the Lightning, but that's you, right?
Yeah, that's
they're not the Lightning. The Blues ice the puck. Out here now is Williamson, I believe, going to center with Shalin and Terry out there. Baker works it towards the net, and then it's poked away. Now Terry's going to try and get out to the point, but the Blues take it away. Pappas tries to drop it in deep. Flyers out of position here, and out comes the Blues, moving it up into the zone, and they get behind the defense. Drew on the back check, recovers, and avoided the penalty there. Nice work out of Drew to slow that puck down and allow his defenders, the rest of his team, to get in good position. This is going to be sent by the high slot, swatted away by the defender, and now lost edge by the Blues. Soren, is there any more frustrating than when you think you got to play on the puck and you just lose an edge like a schlup? Not that you would ever do that. You've probably never done that.
No, never. Yeah, that's definitely one of the more embarrassing plays. I think that, 7 minutes to go in the first period and the Flyers still with 0 shots on goal. I think that's the big difference, right?
Ooh, yeah, 5-0 shots on goal. You got to get pucks to the net if you want to score goals. They're going to send out, looks like Sorensen, Antonovich, Van Meer, Silty, and Schmidt. This is the first line that was out there. Chicago sends it towards the net. It goes wide and deep. They gather the puck behind the net center, and Sorensen gets his stick in the way of that shot, deflects it up over the net. Van Meer takes the puck away, and now she's in a board battle. Chicago wins it. Good pass there by Silty, trying to hit Antonovich, breaking out. A little bit of ahead of him, and Chicago sends it out of the zone before we get anything going. Chicago on the counterattack, coming in 1v3, and they're going to get it cross ice and deep, and now centered. And Sorensen gets his twig tangled up, and Sorensen's going to go in the box for a hooking. Jill, what'd you see on that penalty?
I think he did the high stick sign. I don't know. He probably hit someone's head when that happened.
Okay,
after the shot.
High stick, yes, good call. I called hooking. It was actually a high stick that maybe caught one of the Chicago players. So now the Flyers have Peffer out there along with Beasy, Smith, and Stella. And that puck has eyes from the point. Stick side again. The Blues capitalized on another power play, and they go up 2-0. Soren, how do you battle through a 2-0 deficit?
Obviously, you've come out slow, 7-0 in shots, and you just have to kind of reset in your mind and just come out with a new kind of ferocity. And really, you have 5 minutes kind of to get your feet back before the
So work your way through this first period. Try and get something positive happening here in the first period, and that's what our Flyers are going to do with Smith, Ballvance, Peffer out on the ice, Beasy, and Pappas on the back end. Here's Beasy rimming around to Peffer. but it goes to the point. Now they're going to send one towards the net, and Pappas is there to reject it. This one's sent towards Lightning Leon. He covers it up. So we hosted the team at a team dinner at my house before this, and we were talking about their goals of the season. Any guess what Stella Pappas's goal was?
Block more shots.
Block more shots, help her goalie, and blow somebody up.
I like that goal.
She wants to be physical out there, which
goal.
you need to be as a defender. This is from the point, gobbled up by Silty as he gets his shoulder on that puck and make sure it doesn't get to Leon. He's going to work at the ball Vance, and it gets tipped back deep below the goal line. Chicago centers, but Jude takes it away. He does chop suey, turns it over right in front, and asking why that shot saved by Leon. Puck still saved. They're coming around the corner, and it's moved out towards the point. Slap shot, and that's eaten up by Jude. He might feel that one tomorrow. You're going to go cross-ice. Peffer couldn't quite get his twig on it. In the high slot, dancing with the puck. Gets the Lightning. Now they're going to put a weak backhand shot up that Jude gobbles up. Flyers need to get out of the zone and do, but it's sent right back in by Chicago. Silty's going to send it out. He does, and Chicago's waiting for it, where they're going to turn and try and send it back in. This is in our zone, and Peffer's got a little bit of room. He's going to try and split the defenders, but it's taken off his twig by the Blues player here. Now he's moving through the zone. He's got speed. He's got time. He's got a wall of orange in front of him, and they come in off sides.
I think for Ames right now, just get, make it a goal, get 3 shots on goal before the end of the period, kind of test this goalie. They've been sitting back there for the entire first period and really have not faced anything yet.
Making it an easy day for the goalie as of so far with 0 shots on net. This face-off draw is 1 into our zone, and now Beasy is going to get physical and put the Chicago player up against the boards, trying to get the puck. He takes a counter punch for it, loses his feet, but gets back up to play it. Now here's Beasy diving for it. Beasy really giving me good effort. Now he blocks a puck. This is a great shift by Drew Beasy out there playing defense. I want to see that heart from the rest of this team. Here's Pappas now in there, and Baker Williamson. It's going to squirt out. Chicago's going to shot saved by Lightning Leon, and Flyers can't get the clear. Beasy swats it away, but not out. Here's Terry now trying to work the puck off a board battle. She comes away with it, and now works it back to Baker to the blue line, not out. Here they come. They're going to dance around Beasy. Good pass, but Leon stands tall. Oh, Jill, what do you think about that save?
Nice save. There was no defender on it, which we need to have someone on there to block those.
He was left out to dry with no defender and him in the puck, but he butterflies down, covers as much net as he can, and gobbles up that shot. That's 11 shots on net for Chicago. That's another shot, but Antonovich gets in the way of that one. Here comes Van Meer. Van Meer trying to get to Antonovich, and they don't connect. Puck into the Flyers zone, but controlled by Chicago. This is sent up to the blue line. Silty holds it in with his feet, gets it to Sorensen. Sorensen trying to dance it in, and Chicago takes it away. Out towards the blue line, shot towards the net, deflected. Antonovich going to grab it behind the net now. Antonovich with the puck. This is the biggest zone time Flyers can have. Let's see if we can keep it, and now it comes out. Flyers need to find a way to get that puck. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in period number 1. Chicago dancing around with it all the way behind. Now he's going to change directions again. Now he's out to the high slot. Puck settles. Shot goes wide. They're going to regroup and try it again in the far corner. Dancing now. They get it net center, but they miss the pass, and it comes all the way out to the blue line. They get around Van Meer. Skate it in. Shoot. And Silty kind of dodged that one. We want to see him block that thing. Antonovich now with it up against the boards. Minute 41 to play. Sorensen comes away with it. Sorensen to Van Meer. Pass doesn't connect, but they get it out of the zone. Van Meer trying to move it forward and does. Van Meer in a board battle right in your living room. She gets it to Sorensen. Sorensen gets a shot deflected up into the netting, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
I think with this, when you're down 12-0 with shots on goal, you really just need some shots to try and test the goalie and see what happens and see how good he is.
100%. Offensive zone faceoff. Would love to win it. That's Smith out there with Ballvance and Peffer. Beasy and Pappas on defense. They get around Beasy, and they're going to take it all the way in, march it in, and score unassisted. You can tell he was not interested looking for a teammate. He was looking to carry that thing all the way to the net, and with little interference from our defense, goes uncontested, scores goal number 3. Minute 12 to go in period number 1. Flyers down 3-0. And looking to get something going here. Chicago gains the line. Nice pass. And they're going to send it towards the net off Leon's pads. Here comes Chicago. Going to send another one towards the net. Still in the blue paint. Knocked out by Pappas. Peffer with a little bit of room. He's got a defender on him and another one collapsing. He gains the line and loses the puck. Here is 81 for Chicago. Carried it the whole way. He's looking to pass. It comes out to Pappas. She's going to move it back deep. And Ballvance going to try and gather it behind the net, but Chicago wins the race. Here comes Chicago marching the other way. Good cross-ice pass. They gain the line clean. There's stop and pop. Now it's centered, but goes through the crease. No harm done. 20 seconds to go. Flyers need to keep this to a 3-0 game going to period 2. Peffer sends it out. Now he's going to hunt it down, and Chicago grabs it before it hits the goal line. 10 seconds to go. Peffer slowing him down, gets his twig in there. Now Baker takes the puck away. He tries to move it to Peffer with 2-1-0. Chicago's going to run out of time in period number 1, but they've got a 3-0 lead going into this. Boys, what you got for me?
I think 14 shots on Leon is about 14 too much for how slow Ames came out in this first period. I think right now you need to reset and just clear your mind, come back to the second period with a tenacity that was just not there in the first period.
All in all, not a terrible showing by Leon. Like, I think he played a heck of a game. You can't take 14 shots, and a couple of those goals we were power play goals, also goals where our defenders just aren't able to get in the way, and he's kind of hanging out to dry.
Yep. I think just stay out of the box, too. Obviously, those 2 power plays for Chicago, they just hammered down on us. So, without those penalties, you could be looking at a 1-0 game right now.
100%. Gerald, how do we get some zone time, buddy?
I think if they need to change, as long as they get up to the red line and dump it, then I think it's pretty good because then they can get a change and have fresh legs and already be down there.
All right. Well, we're going to see what happens here as the Flyers break the huddle for period number 2, 12 minutes up on the board. This one comes cross ice and quick goal by the Blues to open up period number 3. Good puck movement by the Blues there makes it hard to defend. Hey,
Am I allowed to say hi?
Yeah.
Hi, beautiful people. I hope you're having a great, wonderful day. I don't know who's winning the game.
We don't want to talk about it.
Oh, we're not talking about it. And I hope you love the neon jerseys.
That draw is one over to Schlinn, and he knocks it towards the Chicago zone, but then Chicago takes it away. Here comes out. They're going to shoot. Goes wide by Chicago. That 14-year-old voice was none other than Kaylin Downing stopping by up in the booth here. Chicago takes it down behind the net. They're going to send it out towards the blue line and shoot. And that one is off Leon's blocker and up into the netting. Also got big shout out to Coach Tom Beasy, as it was 40-ish years ago today in 1982 that he made his introduction into this world. Happy birthday, Coach Tom. I'm about 2 days behind you. I get to do mine on Sunday. So yeah, I can't even make it about Tom. I'm going to make it about me. Happy birthday, Beasley. Sorensen gathers the puck. He's going to try and move it to Antonovich. Antonovich can't clear the zone, and he does come out where Van Meer's chasing after it. Chicago controls the puck. They're really snapping around here. Chicago's got great puck movement. Flyers chase it out of the zone. Back in Chicago's zone, and then they're going to snap it up to the offense here. Gain the line, drop it deep. Jude hunts it down. Jude rips it around and comes in, comes down. And this is Antonovich trying to carry it out. Now Silty trying to get to it. Silty's got a little room. Silty and Van Meer on the breakout. They get it to the blue line. Now in front of the net, Van Meer works one towards the net. Not on goal, though. Flyers trying to have some sustained offensive zone time here, and Chicago having none of it, sends it right back out. Pappas moves it back the right direction. Antonovich with the puck. He's trying to get into the net, has it poked away. Down behind the net, Antonovich going to go for a change. Out comes Peffer. This is going up and into the bench. What do you guys think? I've seen a lot of Pee-Wee A and B hockey. Do you think the Chicago team would compete well in an A bracket?
I think they would. Well, I guess it depends on, how good this goalie is, considering we've seen exactly 0 shots on him.
They're snapping around well, but yeah, we don't know what kind of effort the goalie will be able to give because we haven't been able to pressure him. Here comes Chicago marching out, poked away by Peffer, and now sent into our zone. Pappas and Beasy going to try and hunt it down. In the corner, this is Pappas over to Smith. Smith to Ballvance. Hank moves it up the boards, and Chicago retrieves the puck. Pappas now in the near corner in a board battle, and she gets it up to Richie. Richie gets bumped off the puck, but gets it back to Pappas. Pappas up to the blue line, not out. Hank's able to swat it out to neutral ice. Gets to the red line, and the Blues defender collects it, moves it forward. Peffer trying to take it away in neutral ice. Now Blues come away with it. They've got a 2v1. They're going to try and get across ice. Pass is completed momentarily, but then Pappas breaks it up. That one sent through the crease, cross ice. Out to the blue line. Going D to D, tape to tape. Going to lock and load. Again, nobody in front of that shot. And that's all the way from the point with no orange. Now that we maybe should see a penalty there, but nothing called. Now we're going to have a penalty here on the Flyers as Beasy showing some aggression here after I think there was a miss called there on Hank. And then we get called for the retaliation.
They're going to send both of the guys to the box, although I do think that 48 instigated it from Chicago. That's just my opinion, though.
So Beasy and a Blues go into the sin bin. We're going to skate 5v5 and drop at the far dot. Terry attacking the puck, and then they move it up towards the blue line. This is Williamson showing some aggression, trying to get to it. They're going to dance around Jude, and they'll send it back out to the high slot. Williamson trying to get to it. There we go. Good eat by Silty, and a clear. Oh, he couldn't quite get it, but good idea by Shalin there. And now Chicago gets that one blocked and swatted down by Schmidt. He moves it to the near boards. Terry trying to get it out and does. Nope, it's sent right back in by Chicago. Into the house the puck comes, and Lightning Leon gathers, covers, and gets himself a whistle.
I think right now the team's goal should be to try to win the period. Like, they're down 1-0 in the period, so they should try and
let's just break it to sizable bites, and let's win the second period. We were happy with a 4-2 or maybe even a 4-1 going into 3, but if you can get 4-2 going into the third period, you're in really good shape. Between the legs, fancy dancy, but nothing comes of it. But we got to start by just getting a shot on goal, and that puck's got to clear the zone to get that first shot on goal. This is going to be sent up towards the blue line, meets a cluster of people and held in. Now poked away by Antonovich. He's hanging out solo as mom and dad are in Cabo on the beach right now with Mr. Cole and Allie. This comes in by the Blues and drop pass to the defender. He's going to skate with it, tried to make a cross-ice pass, intercepted by Antonovich. And out to neutral ice where Chicago regroups and can't regain the line as it's sent out by Antonovich. Antonovich battling hard to get that puck into Chicago's zone. It goes with 7 minutes to play in period number 2. Flyers still looking for their first shot on net.
Shout out Vitali on that last shift. He had a couple of stick lifts and was really able to prevent Chicago from doing anything in the offensive zone.
Absolutely great shift there by V. And now the Flyers going to try and build on that as Silty's going to get down below the net. Van Meer chasing it to the far boards. Van Meer happy to ice this as Smith comes out on the ice. There's no icing, so Smith wins the race. He's going to try and get to it in the near corners. This is Smith in a board battle, and it comes out to Chicago, and they come to neutral ice, coming the other way. Pappas on the back check, and it is centered. Now that's Jude gets in the way of that shot. He eats it in the shin guards. Flyers clear the zone. Chicago gains the puck. Ball advance with good pressure. Chicago turns it over momentarily, and then they regroup it. Flyers going to add some pressure here, but Chicago breaks through, and the Blues come marching in. Out by Peffer, and then in offsides by Chicago.
Both guys out of the box. We'll see if they have a couple more interactions later in this game.
Well, I want to see that same intensity by Drew. I know he went in the sim bin, but he was playing with some serious heart and fire out there. I'd love to see that. Here comes the Blues around Silty. Jude's in good position. It gets on net, and now it comes out. It's going to go to the high slot. Locking for a wrist shot, and that one is going to maybe get Silty in the neck. As
Back up.
yeah, I love seeing. So Silty down on the ice. Coach Tom coming out to attend him. I think he took a puck in the exposed area of the neck, and that is going to be a stinger. I don't think he's leaking. That's good news. Silty gets to his feet. I know they're not going to do a ton there, but what do you guys think? Because you probably played before net guards were mandatory. How do you feel about playing with the net guards versus no net guard?
I think it's really no harm in wearing one. So I think just there really is no padding in them though. So taking a puck to the neck guard's not going to do much. It's really just to prevent skates or
Sure.
yeah.
All right, we got, I think, Peffer out there taking. No, that's Smith that took the draw. Smith to Peffer. Peffer going to gain the line. Peffer's going to get on, and he works it to the net. Rebound still loose, and Flyers have it jump out, but there we go. Got a puck to the net, and that puck hang out. The goalie was unable to cover it. Again, I think if we can test the goalie, good things could happen.
With that one shot on the goalie, he looked kind of uncontrolled with his shoulder going up. So if you just get a little more higher on the high blocker sign, I think we'll have some good opportunities.
All right, I love the analysis. Here comes Chicago to try and center, and Peffer takes the puck away. Peffer trying to get out of the zone. Now this is Smith. Smith and Peffer trying to get in 2-on-1. They gain the line. Here's Smith going to try and move it to Peffer. Intercepted by the 6'7" player for Chicago. Oh, puck's still loose here. Flyers getting some good things going. Feels like they're finally settling in here with 4 minutes to go. In comes Chicago, and he's knocked off the puck by Schmidt. And now we got to get a penalty as that stick got loose. Is that Silty again? Silty's just getting smoked left and right. It's a puck or a stick. Intent doesn't matter. That's definitely a penalty. All right, power play. Flyers going to send out Van Meer, Shalin, Antonovich, Sorensen, Schmidt and Beasy. Nope, Shalin comes off the ice for the special teams personnel. All right, then Chicago going to try and get out, but Jude has none of it. Van Meer comes away with it. She tries to get a shot off, but it just jumps off her twig. And Chicago marching at the opposite direction. Van Meer and Beasy in a battle. Here's Antonovich coming. Chicago goes cross ice. Now they're looking to kill time, send it in deep. They get to the red line, and it goes deep. Now this comes around to Antonovich. Flyers need to get in their own zone. We've only got 24 seconds left on the power play. Let's get in there and take advantage of it. Jude trying to break the puck out. Now Van Meer sends it to the blue line. Held in by the defense set, and now Jude eats that one. It drops down and goes right to Chicago. They turn and get a point-blank shot on Lightning Leon, but Leon standing tall.
I'm pretty sure most of the defense have gotten a shot or two blocked.
Yeah, a lot of defense eating pucks here today. So there was one really, really quick goal in this period. I mean, we're preventing them from scoring, but we've got to find some offense here, boys.
Definitely a better period for the Flyers. Obviously, just need to get more shots. But overall, I think they've looked better. Chicago's kind of calmed down a little bit.
This is Chicago dancing behind the line, pressure by Pappas. They're going to come around the net. They're looking to go out to the point, and it jumps off their swing. Sorensen going to try and run it down. Sorensen using the speed, and 81 gets there first. And now let's see if we can get some pressure on the puck. It's sent around. Flyers cutting a line change. No real good opportunity to come in. That jumps off Jude's twig, so no icing. Beasy trying to get to it here. Beasy going to skate it up to the blue line. And then it's coughed up where they're going to march it in. Sent deep. Oh, good work by Beasy there as that muffin was just sitting there waiting for him to go in, and Beasy clears the zone, doesn't allow the offensive player to get a shot off. Chicago with the puck down behind the net in their own zone. Coming through neutral ice now with time and speed. Jude getting wide, pokes the puck away, and Jude, fantastic effort there by Schmidt. But they get the puck back, sent right to the slot. Good save by Leon. Blocker save as he took another one point blank. There's Beasy with another active stick. Now Shalin's in there trying to get in the battle. They come out, send it out to the point. Kira gets her twig on. Now good move by Shalin. Gets it to Terry. Terry loses an edge. And Chicago coming back on the counterattack. Met at the blue line by Williamson and Beasy. Puck comes away. Jude skates up on it. He moves it away. Now Jude trying to get it out the opposite direction to Terry, and does. Here's Terry with it. Sent up towards the blue line, not out. Chicago dancing to the high slot. Chicago walking the puck into the net. Shot wide. Jude moves up. Slap shot. Oh. And there's a slapper that finds the far side of the net. Leon tries to get that right blocker down in time, but the puck squirts in just before he can make the save.
Not much Leon can do on that. Really didn't have enough time just with bodies in front of him.
23rd shot on net for the Blues. You guys got to try this again some other game when we're not getting our tushies handed to us. We got time. We got a whole nother period of hockey to play. And this is Peffer and Silty. This is sent towards the net. Leon blocks it away. Puck remains live, though. Comes down behind the net. Peffer's got it with some time and space. Peffer through neutral ice. Peffer looking to take it right up through the middle, and then it's poked away by the second defender there. Defense gains it. They send it out of the zone. They miss on that. Oh, bad bounce there as it goes into the ref's skates. A shot that would have been icing ends up getting slowed down by Stripes' skates, and Chicago sets up for an offensive zone possession. Period number two comes to an end. Chicago Blues 5, Flyers with a goose egg. All right, welcome back to period number 3 here at the RecPlex in West Des Moines. Sorensen, Van Meer, Antonovich to start the third period. Schmidt and Silty on the back end. Chicago holds the zone. They're looking to center it. Miss. Pass goes rink wide. Now they're going to try and put one in from the point. It gets through all the way to Leon, and Leon making a save. And now here's Antonovich trying to clear the zone. He gets interrupted by a Blues player, and Flyers can't quite get it out. Now here is Chicago. That shot deflected by Antonovich's stick. Jude with it. He's going to try and change directions. Now works it up to Vitale. A puck drops out into neutral ice. Sorensen giving chase. Sorensen putting pressure on. Van Meer coming to help. And now it's turned over by Chicago, but then somehow it comes right back to him. V giving pressure. Sorensen now. Van Meer trying to get to it. They go pass and now sent deep. All the way around it goes. Jude works it out to center ice. Holy cow, it feels like we're in a refrigerator now. We just got to breathe. That's just what they want to hear about at home. A little bit of physicality here at there, and now we get around Stella. Stella doing everything she can. Centered, missed pass. Good play by Blues, but comes up short. Flyers need to clear the zone. Beasy giving pressure. Comes out to the point. High slot. 87 dances with it. Sends it towards net. We get a stick in the way. Rebound goes off a couple of posts and out. Beasy with it. Going to work it to the blue line and out. Flyers looking to get a line change in here. D's going to stay out, but Peffer, Smith, and Shalin in on the front side. Pappas now trying to get pressure. Center shot blocked. Saved by Lightning Leon. been a very, bright spot here in this game is Leon Fonts. This one's centered and misses. Peffer comes away with it. Peffer trying to carry it out. Has it knocked off and out to the blue line. Just couldn't quite get it out. Chicago back on the counterattack. Beasy provides some pressure, slows him off the puck, bumps him off the puck. Then his twig gets held up. And Chicago regroups, resets, fires from the point wide. Here's Stella with it. She's going to try and work it up to Josh. Chicago goes rink wide with the pass. 9 minutes, 10 seconds to play in period number 3. Offsides missed there. Chicago shoots and goes into the back of the net. That counts for 0 points. This comes out. And Peffer giving chase. And this should be an icing. No ice. Any idea why that wasn't an icing? I missed it.
No idea. It looked like an icing to me.
Well, a lot of help you are, Soren. This one comes in. This one I did see hit a twig. They waved it off right away. Silty going to try and rim it around to the near boards where Baker's going to work it up to Ball Vance. Kira trying to work it out, and Chicago takes it away. Dancing with it behind the net is the Chicago Blues out to the point. Held in. They're going to look to get a line change while in the zone. Schmidt giving pressure. He turns, changes directions. Schmidt with a good back check. Now Schmidt battling hard here, and he's got help. Big old battle. Go ahead.
From what I've seen, I think for sure their skaters are an A team, but I don't know about their goalie. From what I've seen,
Indeed.
I don't really know what.
The way they're
he's like.
snapping that puck around, they have got some A-team players, 100%. But we move on. Chicago also has a little bit higher population base to pick from than Ames, Iowa. Just a few more people over there. Look at Baker Williamson coming through the neutral zone, and he whiffs on the shot and takes a shot for bringing it in. But good idea there. Now it's going to come in off sides. And Baker with a look of disgust that he couldn't get that shot off. 7 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Still got stop clock here. Beasy carrying it in, Van Meer, and we got a whistle as offsides. Downing switching back to the skates. He moved to his shoes during the game. Unfortunately, not to play. Cross-ice pass for Chicago. Connects. They get it out of the zone. Pappas now going to try and work it back. Here's Antonovich. Antonovich kicking it forward. And Chicago trying to take away. Antonovich continues to battle. And now Chicago comes away with it. The Blues marching in. Van Meer slowing the play down. Center. That's off Leon's pads. Leon with maybe 2 more saves there. Again, standing tall is Lightning Leon Fonts. Having a good game in net despite the 5-0 score, as he's faced 27, at least 27, now make it 27 shots. Antonovich has Swanson breaking out. He's going to move it forward, pass intercepted. They're going to try again. Now they got Antonovich and Van Meer. Antonovich carries it in. He gets around one defender. Now he's going to try and backhand it. Centers to Swanson. Now Van Meer going to try and get a backhand towards it, but Chicago breaks up the play. One of the best opportunities we've seen for your Flyers in this contest. Beasy takes the puck away, moves it the other direction. Chicago gains the line. They're going to try and get around Stella. Stella has other ideas. Now that goes into Van Meer skates, and she's slow getting up, but does get up after taking a puck in the boots. And this one goes on net.
Is that a shot on goal?
I don't know. I think it should be. most of the goalies had to work in a while.
A period.
All right, here comes Chicago as frustration starting to settle in here for the Flyers, trying to be careful not to get silly penalties, letting out frustration. Schmidt moves it up to Peffer. Peffer is going to try and clear the zone, but the defender has other ideas. We did get credited for a shot on goal. Chicago just blows up Jude, no call. Peffer trying to take it through center ice, has it poked away. Shalin was there but couldn't quite get to it. Peffer regroups, going to try again, and Chicago has other ideas. Blues get around. They try and get around Jude, but he takes the puck away, sends it out of the zone. Good work by Jude. This is going to ice, but it's going to allow your Flyers to get a line change as Jude there needs a little bit of a breather. He came off sucking wind there, I think. Drink water, yes, drink water. Williamson out there with Terry. Is that Peffer maybe on his left? Far side? No, that's Stella. Oh, goodness. Hank Ballvance out on the ice. Lowered the shoulder there was Baker Williamson, but all in vain as they're going to march that. And now that's covered up, and we're going to get a whistle as Lightning Leon settles that. And much to Chicago parents' happiness, Hank Ballvan's going to go in the box for clearing the crease after the whistle.
That was a love tap.
A little love tap. His dad's coaching him up. You ever see Kelsey play hockey? Have you ever played a parent-kid game with Kelsey, Hank's dad? Guy's a beast out on the ice, man. He is a very good hockey player. Anyway, 4 minutes to go in this one. Flyers on a PK, and they've got the puck with a little bit of room. This is Drew Beasy. He's going to hit the red line and send it just wide of the net. Good work by Drew Beasy there on the PK.
When you're seeing your goalie get hit like that, you kind of want to do something, but either way, you're going to get a penalty, and you don't want him to get beat up.
Yep.
So
got to protect that
that's
goalie.
That's probably the best option.
Though I would say maybe a little late on that one by Hank. I think we had players in there clearing it out when the puck was live. Hank got extra credit for getting that one after the whistle. Here comes Chicago with 6 seconds to go on the power play for them. They're going to skate it all the way in. Stick save by Lightning Leon, and then that's out to the blue line. Flyers full strength. Hank's going to straight to the bench, and Antonovich comes out on the ice. Meanwhile, Lightning Leon with another save, facing a shot from the house. This one comes from, oh no! And this one's going to go off Beasy's skates as Chicago just sort of throws it into the house, and Beasy inadvertently just wrong place, wrong time. Nothing he did wrong there, I don't think. He just has an unfortunate bounce, and puck goes off his skates, and Leon again with not a lot of opportunity to save that one, taking a weird bounce like that. 3 minutes to go in this hockey contest. And we got a whistle. What's the whistle, Joe? Ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. So they do, with that 6th goal, move it to a running clock here. We got 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play, and we'll head home, and I'm going to try and clean up my house after a tornado known as the Pee-Wee Orange team went through it for dinner. I'm hoping we got a couple of them hockey puck cakes left. All right. Chicago carries it in. Van Meer, Antonovich, Swanson out there with Schmidt and Silty. Slapper, and Van Meer gets her stick in the way, sends it up to the blue line, not out, held in by the defense. They're going to drop it deep. They're going to work it around the opposite direction. Sorensen going to draw a penalty here. Flyers Going to go back on a PK as Sorensen going to go get his chance to talk to Mr. Kelsey. I mean, listen, down 6-0, I think I'd rather see some frustration, see some emotion, rather than showing defeat and grit. You know, I like that grit out of Mr. Grayson Sorensen.
I would always say, like, you know, even if you're down by a lot, you got to finish that game with pride because
100%.
you got the Ames logo on your jersey. You're always representing them.
That sweet orange jersey, might I add. I love that Ames logo. Looking good.
I wish I could have played in one of those.
You know you put your brothers on when nobody's looking.
What? Never.
Sit in. No ice. Pappas going to hunt it down. And I like that. Finish the game with pride. That's a really good way to put it. Good line. Did you hear that from one of your coaches?
Probably Coach Fred Van Bergen.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to Coach Fred. He's been doing this a while.
Just a couple years.
Chicago comes in. Pappas looking to pressure him off. Only 4 seconds to go on the penalty. This is in the crease. Still loose and now Lightning. Nope, it's no goal as the whistle. And Chicago just can't believe they didn't go up 7-0. Puck goes in after the whistle. But you got to get those stats on game sheets, guys. Like, everybody's going to be searching the My Hockey rankings.
Yeah, for a Pee-Wee tournament in Des Moines, Iowa.
Here we go. This one's sent on net. Saved by Leon. Schmidt works it around the far boards. Peffer's got it. 17 seconds to go.
Here we go, boys.
Peffer and Smith, game line. Good movement. Now it's in the house and going to come out. Jude can't get his hand on it. And with 5 seconds to go, I think this one is going to end 6-0. Chicago comes out victorious. But the good news with these tournaments is you don't have to wait long to get that taste out of your mouth. Flyers back tomorrow, I believe, at 11:15.
Something like that.
I don't know. What do you guys think? You take a little bit of a licking. What are you thinking for the next game? 11:45 tomorrow.
I would say you go to bed and when you wake up, clear the game from your mind. You know, no thoughts about it. And if anything, you use this as fuel for tomorrow to come out hard.
Hold on, get that camera switched around here. We've got Raleigh Dormer here with us, and none other than Brickwall Berry. Pee-wee Black coming off a W tonight. Brickwall, tell me what happened in your game.
So I think we played really badly. We could have done a lot better, but a win is a win.
Got the win in overtime, shootout fashion. And we've got the game-winning goal scorer right here in Raleigh Dorman. Raleigh, tell me, what were you looking for in that shootout game-winning goal?
When I got my chance to go out, the goalie was kind of fancy, and he wanted me to go far post, so I just went short side and scored.
Attaboy, Raleigh winning the game. It is fun when we have these tournaments where both teams are at the same place. We hope to watch you guys. Thanks for supporting us tonight. Love you guys. Best of luck the rest of the way. Soren, Gerald, thanks for helping me out tonight. We're back at 11:45 tomorrow. Go Flyers. Be good to each other, friends.
You can't forget to mention the part where I saved you from having to go another round.
Oh, yeah, he made the knob save for the win.
A knob save out of Brickwall Berry. Let's go. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow at 11:45 for a matchup with the Des Moines Junior Buccaneers. Flyers 1-3 with them on the season, looking to go 2-3 after tomorrow.